think I'm live now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Let's Go Live here on MDCRX. If you came from the poster, you know what this is about. But if you're just joining, then this live is going to be about health coaching and why it should interest you. I'm going to be speaking with health coach and pharmacist who's from Jamaica, but is here in the UK with me as well, Sheree-Ann. It's going to be a really great conversation. It's 6 o'clock now, so I'm going to see if I can get her to join in the conversation. I see some of y'all joining already. Hi, Tashi. Hi, Chavez. Who else today? Nikki Allison, MJ Burrell, Tiny Farmer. Hello, I'm Dio. We're going. Alright, so let me see if I can send a request. Ooh. Alright, so she's not in as yet. Alright, so when she comes, oh yeah, she sent a request. Hold on, there she is. Alright, so in the meantime, yes, everyone, again, just to reset the room, it is going to be about health coaching and what about it should interest you and why you, as probably a customer, should be interested in getting a health coach, or you as a healthcare professional should be interested in probably pursuing a career in health coaching. And I just want everyone to welcome Sheree-Ann, as I was telling you. She's a health coach and a pharmacist as well, from Jamaica and also here in the UK. So both of us have that in common. But yeah, here she is, everybody. Sheree-Ann.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Mishka. I think we've been planning this forever. So I'm so glad that we're finally here and we have this opportunity to kind of share about this amazing area. But yeah, just to be here on your platform and serve your audience today. So I'm just really looking forward to it.
Yes, great. I'm so glad to have you too. Both of us being at pharmacists with an health coaching, it should be such an interesting, exciting conversation,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I already told him that you're a health coach. I probably never got too specific with it, and a pharmacist.
Yeah.
But if you want to just give them a background of your health experience, I definitely would want that for everybody to know exactly who we're dealing with.
Definitely. No, you're too modest. Okay, so I actually wanted to be a doctor. I'll start with that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the subjects to get into med school. Physics wasn't my favorite subject. And I thought, you know what, let me just do pharmacy. Because back then I thought just pharmacy was the next best thing. And not even knowing that literally it's changed my life, and literally pharmacy is the best thing. So after doing pharmacy school, right, I transitioned right into medical repping. So I was working for some of the distributor companies in Jamaica, started to work for AstraZeneca at the time while I was on my internship. So I just transitioned right into med repping. So it just seems like the natural thing to do when you're a pharmacist, the glamour and the glitz. Let's go med repping. Car, this, that. So I spent, just years doing med repping. I loved it, but I still felt like something was missing. And then I made that transition to the UK, thought it was going to be easy, guys. I just said, I'm a med rep now and I can just get another job here in the UK. And obviously it was completely different. Even though I was a pharmacist, they didn't see me having the same qualifications as the pharmacists that are here. And the ironic thing is, I'm doing things right now in the UK that the pharmacists here are just starting to pick up. So it's nothing to do with titles. It's all about once you're a pharmacist, wherever you are in the world, you're a pharmacist. And that's just facts.
It's crazy too, because that's the exact same experience with me. Like when I was looking to come over to the UK, and I'm like, okay, for me, I'm like, all right, obviously I wouldn't be like a pharmacist because I know they have the different things.
Yeah.
But just to see that there was the things that you could actually do with your pharmacy experience is so limited. I was just like, that's kind of crazy.
And that's the thing, on paper it seems limited, and that's why I stayed with medical repping, because a lot of people asked me, why don't you go back to school, why don't you convert your degree? But every pharmacist I used to visit while I was med repping, every single one of them told me not to go back. Don't go back to pharmacy school. It's not what it used to be. Pharmacy is very patient centered, and I know a lot of our pharmacists are really trying their best to uphold that. but because of targets and budgets that need to be hit. And it's just changed the dynamics of pharmacy. So I got to the point, Mishka, where I said to myself, enough is enough. I'm not purely happy in my role as a medical rep. And actually, it made me ill. I started to have anxiety. I started to stress out. And I actually ended up taking 3 months sick leave away from work. And during that time, I realized that something has to change. I needed to put some attention on my health because I was run down, I was overwhelmed. But I also knew that something within my work environment had to change. And yeah, I just literally sat at Dr. Google and just typed in, what can you do as a pharmacist that doesn't require you being behind the counter? And I saw health coaching, and yeah, the rest is history. And here I am.
And that's the thing, you know, on paper, you definitely realize, yeah, it's so limited, especially if you want to go back into that setting of probably pharmacy or something similar. It is so limited what you can actually do. But when you're doing that, because I had to do that as well, you know, I'm looking through, all right, what can you do with a B farm? You know, what else can you do? And yes, I did see health coaching, and that also did that, as well as your talk last year at the pharmaceutical convention. It definitely got me excited for the field. I can't remember which one how it went though. I think I pressed that first, and then I saw the topic about health coaching along the list, because I remember I was also a panelist at that. So like,
I remember.
And I saw that topic, I was like, if I don't go to any, I have to,
I just have to listen to that one.
I have to go to mine that too, and then I have to go to that health coaching one.
Yeah.
So definitely after them, and then I reached out to you, and then since then we just been talking about it. But for on the audience here that might not be so familiar with health coaching, they might have heard it about the place being thrown around. And what exactly is health coaching?
Okay, so when you think of health coaching, I'm going to give you a very generic definition. I want you to think about behavioral change, lifestyle change, and I want you to think about habit change. And I think the best way to describe it is that you are like the cheerleader for someone's health, and you're there to empower them to make change. So a lot of us as professionals in the medical space, we like to tell people what to do. We like to tell you that you need to drink 8 glasses of water. We're telling you that you have to sleep 8 hours for the night, and we're telling you what you need to do. But as a health coaching now, we're looking at the overall health and wellness of the individual that sat in front of us, and we're placing the power back in their hands to make the best decisions for their health. So we're here just to facilitate that. So yes, we have knowledge, we have nutritional knowledge, we have knowledge around all areas of health, but we're not there to tell you what to do. We're there to empower you and make those sustainable changes within your lifestyle and their lifestyles.
Yes, definitely. I do agree with that. Through my interest in the field of health coaching, it was brought up at one point. I think you brought it up as well. Talk last year, that traditional ways of a healthcare professional is in expert patient kind of thing. So the expert, they know everything, and the patient is supposed to come. Listen, I know this. I'm the one that went to school for how much years. This is what's good for you. Whereas
you better do it too, you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because negative.
Exactly. Yeah. Why you're not taking your medication? This is what don't take your medication, so on. But in my interest as a health or a qualified health coach, you find that it's, as you said, putting the patient's hands. So you have to remember that there's no one that's kind of gonna know you as well as you.
Exactly.
As health coaches, that's what we try to do. We try to let people understand that there's no one going to know you better than you. So with the traditional, it's more do this, listen to me. Whereas as health coaches, like, tell me what the issue is. I'll listen to you. You know, how is it that we can attack these barriers and so on and so forth. So yeah.
Exactly. And it's really reminding the client, the patient, of that bigger vision that they have for their health, because they have it on the inside of them. When we're doing a session, we'll help them to create that vision. A lot of the time they have it, but for whatever physical reasons, financial reasons, what's happened in their lifestyle, they can't connect it with that vision. They can't see themselves as a healthier person. They're in a lot of pain. They're either suffering with their weight or any other medical condition. And usually, yes, a lot of the conventional ways of medicine is the telling side of it and really just treating. But when it comes to health coaching, we're really looking, in some cases, the root cause, as well as helping, as I said, the patient to make those changes that are unique to their lifestyle.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's more about tackling specifics, and it tends to come up a lot as pharmacists, as Jamaican pharmacists, about other places, because a lot of other places are a bit more automated and a bit less. Yeah, but I know in Jamaica we definitely try to do. We do definitely have been doing a little bit of already, and
of course we do.
Yeah. So I know you said you went to Dr. Google and you searched up what you could do as a pharmacist or really experience. You saw health coaching, but I'm sure you probably never just saw health. It wasn't just that one like health coaching. And that. Why was it that you decided to choose health coaching? What got you interested?
You know what? Because when I saw who a health coach was, someone who gives advice, someone who's supportive, someone who empowers, someone who inspires, holds their hands, guides, encourages. I'm like, that's me already. I'm doing that already. I saw myself. And as you said, as pharmacists, this is why, I'm a big advocate for pharmacists being health coaches. I started a whole association around it just for this reason. We are already doing it. You said it already. We're already the ones that take that additional step to have the conversations with the patient. So when I saw that, I'm just like, but this is me already. I'm already a supportive person. I love to encourage people. I love to empower people. And some of the clients that I'm working with right now, they'll always say, as soon as they come, like into the Chia Health Club, which is my group coaching platform, they'll come and say, oh, Sheree-Ann, I feel so good. When I come out, I just feel better, because that is the environment we want to create for our patients that are a lot of the time going through a tough time. So when I saw that description, it was just a light bulb for me. I just said I had to do this. The question came from which one of the 10 different schools do I do it from? But the essence of who a health coach is consistent straight throughout. And I just saw myself there.
Yeah, that's really good. I think it's the same thing with me. For me, it's definitely similar where it's like, like the part of pharmacy I liked was really helping people and seeing and what difference it makes in people's life when you actually sit and you ask them what's wrong, or probably try that next time, and you see somebody come or like next month and say, you did tell me it work as well. So that's why I kind of started veering into that direction. Which, like, for no years of proclaim, but looking to become qualified, because it's definitely you're directly helping someone, because the part of pharmacy where it's like the main part where it's like you just kind of making sure the prescription is okay, giving them a medication. Not all the time when them come back and say, medication work or so on. So that part might not be as when the person now comes to you and they're like, this medication not working for me, or I find that this is happening when I do this, that. When then probably it's just a collector, like somebody, just coming to and just kind of ask you like one-off question, I'm saying, doctor, because it's sitting happen to me, I forget doctor, which at certain times they don't have to. So in those cases, I can give them a little guidance. And when they collect the next month prescription for the grandmother or whoever, and then tell that worked for me.
You feel the transformation. Yeah, you feel it. It does something.
Gratitude that they have.
Yeah, you feel it. It's such a satisfying feeling. And for anyone who's in their current position, especially us as pharmacists, if you're missing that satisfaction, I would definitely encourage you to explore the area of health coaching, because it just gives you that additional step to really birth a transformation within your patient's life. And that's what we want for our patients. What's important is, yes, we always stay to the highest scope of our practice, which is that we're a pharmacist. Of course, we want to make sure they're on the right medication. Of course, we want to make sure they're on the right dosage, etc. But there's more that we can do. There's so much more that we can do, and health coaching can help us to do it.
Exactly, yes. By the way, I just want everyone in the audience to know that you can drop down your questions. We're going to have a question
Yes.
section at the end. You can either use the question and answer or the question box, or you can just drop down your question in the comment section. I see Raheen has been very active in the comments. But if you guys have any questions, just drop it down in the comments, so we will tackle them at the end of the discussion. So yeah, don't be afraid to ask the questions along the way. Holding back up just to check anything. All right, so we might not attack it just then, but at the end we're going to have a Q&A section that we attack you guys' questions. All right, yes. So we were talking about pharmacists kind of already being in Jamaica, or the pharmacists, when whoever go ask them this and that, you kind of give them a little guidance, a little health coaching. If you why then would someone need health coaching? Why does someone say, "Let me take up myself, go a health coach," if we can't get it from around the corner?
Yeah. So why is it you would recommend that a pharmacist goes health coaching, or the patient goes with the patient goes and gets a health coach?
First and pharmacist after.
Yeah. Okay. So a good way to answer it is this: a lot of the time, by the time we see a patient, whether it's at the pharmacy, in a private practice, they've already seen their doctor. They've already lived for a certain level of time with whatever ailment, dis-ease that has been plaguing them. A lot of the time, they've tried everything. They've tried medication, or they've tried different types of techniques to feel better. A lot of the time, they've started and stopped things and just starting to lose that motivation when it comes to their health. The role of a health coach is there to guide the person and keep that vision of their health alive. So why you would want a health coach is if you're looking for that accountability, if you're looking for someone to be on your side, someone to help you to kind of birth that image of your health, someone to help you to overcome what you're currently feeling in your different ailments in a supportive and empowering way. So for a lot of the women that come and see me, Mishka, I specialize in sleep, nutrition, mindset, movement, and hydration. So I have women come into me that have tried every type of weight loss program and keep putting the weight back on, or they're not sleeping, but the doctor or the pharmacist is telling them you need to get 8 hours of sleep, but they're just not sleeping, or they have low energy. So I would recommend anyone in that space to find a health coach, because what we're skilled at doing, we're exposed to positive psychology and motivational interviewing. And these are techniques, ladies and gentlemen, that we can use to help to bring out that answer that you have on the inside of you. So for example, if we had a client that came to us and said, if I told you right now, Mishka, to drink 8 glasses of water, as a pharmacist, you're going to be like, okay, Sheree. And then you're going to leave, start day 1, and then you're just going to be like, I just can't, it's not going to work. That's the reality of it, right?
Yeah.
But when you go into a health coaching session, we never tell you what to do. So what we will potentially ask you is that, have you had a particular situation in which you found that you drink a lot of water? So you can say, you know what, Sheree-Ann, I always have my water bottle with me. Okay, great. So how would you feel, filling that water bottle every day, or drinking a water bottle with a straw, or, putting different water bottles around your room? And it's celebrating those small wins. And that is what a health coach does. We help you to build a habit as well that's sustainable, that's unique to your lifestyle. So for anyone, the reason why the patient will go to the health coach is because they need that level of support, and or the doctor has put them on a regimen, and then now they need the coach to help them to implement that regimen. So that's also another role of a health coach. And yeah, and when it comes to pharmacists, do you want me to go there?
Yes. Right.
Us as pharmacists, we already have the natural ability as health coaches. It's what we're doing already. But as I mentioned before, for any pharmacist that's there and you're not feeling that satisfaction of feeling fulfilled that you've made that extra step of a difference. So you know you've given them the diabetic medication, you know they may not take it. And we like to say, take your medication. But as a health coach, putting your health coach hat on top of your pharmacist hat, you have the ability now to sit down with them and find out what's going on in their lifestyle, which is potentially inhibiting them from taking their medication, and then help them to set the goals and create those sustainable habits that will encourage the compliance as well as other areas. So it's, yeah, pharmacists, I would just encourage each and every one of you to do it, because it just helps enhance what you're already doing. And as Mishka says, it just gives you this level of satisfaction that just can't be explained.
Exactly. Yes, I think that's the exact reason why I'm explored, as I was saying, as well. So yeah, I definitely do agree with that. It's just a little side note question. Is it only pharmacists though that could potentially go into health coaching?
Yes, so no, anyone who wants to do health coaching can become a health coach. You don't need any scientific background whatsoever, none whatsoever. Because when you're going through the health coaching certifications, you have different ones, but most of them have the same foundation, where they are going to give you some type of education around the bodily systems. Keep it really simple, just so you understand the workings of the body and the mind. You'll learn positive psychology, motivational interviewing, and depending on the type of health coaching specialization that you choose, you'll earn something bonus. But you do not need to have any type of scientific background to be a health coach. Anyone can be a health coach.
Yeah, health coach. Exactly. Great. Thank you so much. Yes, because I was just about to ask what qualifications you need. But yeah, you don't need,
Yes.
but it's just that as healthcare professionals, you know, if it is that you want something a bit more fulfilling, where you teach
Yeah.
people on a one-on-one basis, then it's best for you to try out health coaching. And professional, since you already have that background, it would be easier for you to grasp the knowledge then.
Yeah.
But it would just kind of be another thing for you to be like, okay, another certification, you know, because we know it goes as healthcare professionals. Some extra, so it's like
we just love the little letters at the end. We
it's
just love it. I don't know what's up with that.
just for us as that's why it's definitely beneficial for us to but even if you're a doctor, you know, you're thinking about probably even diversifying your practice. Like your sessions can be more fulsome, you know, after your yes. Or if you just want to have those services separate, I think that would be a good idea. As pharmacists, if you want to have separate services that probably on a weekend you're trying to see, where you can give of yourself, then yes, you can have like some extra sessions about, you know, okay, also give health is, you know, I know a lot of nurses who have coaching as well. So if you're a nurse interested in doing health coaching, then definitely that is a good area for you to go into. If you want to do something extra as well, if you want to specialize field where you're working more one-on-one with people, because nurses would definitely probably already work more one-on-one with the patient. So if you want, you know, do something else as well, then for you, but yeah, anyone could do it, definitely. So I just want to pick your brain a bit, if you remember any like schools or organizations maybe that do, say, probably like an online course that anyone could be interested in.
Yes, definitely. So I graduated from the Functional Medicine Coaching Academy. So that's based in Chicago. That was an online program that I did. And I did a sort of like a specialization into functional medicine. So I'm a functional medicine certified health coach. And with functional medicine, you're looking more at the root cause as to why people experience what they're experiencing, not just treating. But once again, as a health coach, you can't treat, you can't make recommendations without seeking the permission of the patient that you're speaking to. And I also support the Health Coaches Academy that's also based in the UK. They have an amazing online program as well. And it's funny, I was speaking to a pharmacist earlier this week, Mishka, and she said, same question, like, what school do you go to? What, which one should I align with? And I told her to just take a step back and just first think about like what you had, that vision for yourself. Like, how do you want to help your patients? What does that look like for you? And then in turn, you'll find a school that aligns with that. And that's a good place to start. So another good place for you to start and a good reference point, because it now becoming an even more professional practice and a professional form of practicing, it's becoming more regulated. So once you're a health coach, you can register with the UK, and they've changed their name now, UK International Health Coaching Academy, Health Coaching Association. So I'm registered with them as well. They have a nice list of health coaching schools. I think I had directed them to you at the time, Mishka, when you were looking. They have a nice list of accredited health coaching schools. So first focus on why do you want to do it? Yeah.
Accreditation as well. I think
yes.
I just like, oh, health coach, but it's like, if no one's
yeah. And you want to be protected as well. It's not even so much just getting the accreditation. You want to protect yourself as well, because you're a health coach. A lot of the time we still have to get insurance for ourselves, because we are supporting patients medical care, but we're not offering it. So there's certain clauses that we put in. We don't treat, we don't diagnose, but it's important to understand these things when you're looking into that space. But I would think the UK International Health Coaching Association, that's a great place to start, guys, because it has a list of all the schools and what they can offer. And you'll see what matches to your vision, because some of you may have more interest in nutrition. So you may want to do a health coaching certification that focuses in that space. Some may want to do functional medicine, lifestyle medicine. So you have different preferences. So it'll be down to what's right for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. It's time for us now to enter into our question and answer section. So everyone in the comments, or everyone that's on this live, just drop your questions down. I do see some already, so we're going to go through those. In the meantime, drop any questions you might have about health coach. Don't worry if you joined late and you're worrying about if we touched the topic already. Don't worry, we'll be happy.
Doesn't matter. Yep.
Just ask whatever is on your mind. No question. All right, so the first question I'm seeing right now is from Diomar. So his question is, does a health coach help with meal plans and things like that? So yes, they do help, but it does get weird with nutrition a little bit, though. You want to speak about? Yeah, I think we talk about health nutrition. I think that's
Yeah, I'm more than happy to answer that question. So, as it falling within the scope of being a health coach, so we're trained on food plans. We know the keto plan, the mitochondrial plan, the cardiovascular health plan. We have all food plans to our knowledge base. So yes, we can offer support around different meal plans. We can, but once again, you'll always hear me say, and you'll learn this, you'll experience this if you step into health coaching, and this is what our patients experience, is really gaining the permission from the patient. So if the patient themselves is happy for you to make a recommendation around meal plans, yes, you can. And if it feels right for the patient, though, if they feel like, I would like a meal plan, I think meal plans have worked for me in the past, can you suggest any? That is an open door for you to make those suggestions. So yes, we help in meal plans, but we won't take a patient in and then say, you have to be on this meal plan and you must do this. And in order for that result, you must do that. So that's the difference. We have all the resources, to do detox, etc. but it has to still come under the permission of the patient. And they have to be like, I want to try it. Do you recommend it? What do you recommend? You know, the doctors told me to go on a meal plan. Do you have any that you can recommend? And that's the type of conversation, that's your opening point to assist. But we can 100%.
Good. Thank you so much for that answer. For me, I think while I was digging around, I was seeing there's some touchy stuff about nutrition though. But I mean, meal plans can go on. But I mean, when it comes into certain spheres, they definitely have like some sort of nutritional background. So like probably a nutrition degree or something like that. Thank you for shedding some light on that, because I wasn't really 100% sure on that.
So sure, yeah. And remember, as a health coach, you can recommend someone to their specialization. So nutrition isn't my specialization. I can speak on it. I speak on it in my group coaching calls. I mean, last week we spoke on the colors of the rainbow and why you should be eating more, you know, anti-inflammatory foods. You can talk about it, but if you realize you have a patient that comes to you and they are specifically deficient in something, or they're struggling with something around their food, then recommend them to the nutritionist, because they're the ones that specialize in that space. But you, within your scope, you can make recommendations once you have the permission. But once it's outside of our scope and we feel like it's in the best interest of the patient to see someone in that specialization, that's when you make the recommendation.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go to the next questions. All right. So the next question seen is by Eng. I think that's what I'm saying. I'm so I'm so sorry. But the question is there a training program you can do both health coaching and other coaching by the time you finish?
So I think I understand the question. So other coaching, would that include life coaching potentially, or you know, mindset coaching? Because we know that there are different forms of coaching, and that's a beautiful question, because what that's demonstrating is the vision of the type of coaching you would like to offer. So you can combine the two. I don't know of an exact course that does it, but I'm sure there is one out there. But what I can encourage you is that it's funny, I've done health coaching. And as I mentioned, within health coaching, the basis of health coaching, we do positive psychology, we do motivational interviewing. So we do work with the mind. And in my coaching, in my practice, yes, I speak about those areas that I mentioned, the sleep, the hydration, the movement, etc. But I also do a lot of mindset coaching around your health. So you'll find that the health coaching course will give you a nice, well-rounded understanding of overall coaching. So understanding the mind, habit formation. But if you're looking for a certain type of speciality, other than health coaching to go alongside it, you may have to do that research in that space. So I don't know of any course that offers both, but the health coaching will offer you some type of education around the thinking, if that's what you're leaning to.
Yeah, I think that's what she wants, because she's saying
yes.
So yeah,
beautiful.
Great. And two, if anything, you can always do some extra courses, yeah. But definitely you can. I think if you want to do like another course as well, I think it's best to do the health coaching first, probably, and then the extra course as well to probably supplement that, because then health coaching kind of gives you that well-rounded, more holistic coaching, where it's like, to be technically, that health coaching kind of has basically everything in it, kind of, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Best to do that first, and then if you want to do anything else, just to kind of sharpen your knowledge on that, or technically kind of specialize, I think it's best to do another program after that.
And what I love is that, you know, I trained with some amazing health coaches, and some of them were actually on the call. And, you know, one of them that's on the call, she's rhythm nutrition. And I know her, we did the same health coaching course, and she focused on inflammation and pain. And that was her specialization. So even though she's a health coach, but that's the area that excites her, you know, helping people with their pain. And she's created an excellent product deflame to support that. I know other health coaches that are focusing on gut health, other health coaches that are focusing on sleep. So it's just, that's why I go back to that first bit, like what excites you, what vision, how do you want to support your patients? There's some health coaches that focus on menopausal and premenopausal women. So it's just really how you want to serve, and that will come through. But health coaching, the nice foundation, a nice basis for you to build on top of.
Yeah, yes, definitely. I completely 100% agree. Let me see our next question. By the way, again, we're in our question and answer section. So if you're just joining and you're just to the topic, we're talking about health coaching. Any question you have about health coaching, you can just drop it down in the comments or in the question and answer box. All right. So the next question we have is, what information can you give about herbal products in Jamaica, in general? Sorry.
Herbal products in Jamaica, in general. I'm gonna say Jamaica. I mean, yeah. It depends. It depends what angle. I would love for you to, if you could give any context around that. Is it for you? Is it based on recommendations? Yeah, it's a personal. So, for example, if a patient, what would you say, Mishka?
I'm thinking
The
maybe
angle.
it's as a health coach, if it's okay.
Yeah. So if they,
There's some pharmacists who are like against herbal medication, who are like against or like for herbal medication. But like she's probably asking as a health coach
beautiful. How
how
would you handle that? So, like, if a patient came and they said, I want to take, would you recommend herbal products, etc.? Once again, it depends. Everyone's has an individual reaction to things, understanding to things. So, if one of my patients came to me, Sharon, what do you think about herbal products? I would then ask her. I'll kind of turn it back around on them to ask them, what have they heard about it? What experiences have you had with it? Because everyone's different. Some people have taken some herbal products and it's just helped them significantly. Others, not so much, for different reasons. We can do a whole live on that, Mishka, because of not so much because of the benefit of the herbal product, but sometimes the additives that can be in it. Not all are created equal, but that's me giving information. But I would normally understand where the question came from if it was a patient that was asking me that, because they're trying to nudge me to tell them, you should take it, you shouldn't, which you're not going to hear me say. I'll probably ask them, have you taken them before? Which ones have you taken? What type of experience have you had with them? What's what's brought it to your attention now? Help me to understand why you're thinking their herbal products will help you. So it's kind of understanding that broader picture, and then potentially, once again, helping them to come to the decision if the herbal products are right for them. But we'll have our opinion, but that's our opinion.
Exactly.
And we don't want to superimpose that, because then that's us making the session about us and not the person in front of us. Okay. But if they ask us something specific, just feel free and feel safe enough, because our highest scope is, whatever our medical practice is, whether it's a pharmacist or even not. Our positions are not to make those type of recommendations, but to understand where the question's coming from and steer them in the direction that's best for them.
Best for them, exactly. Yeah. Whenever I hear a question, I'm normally inclined to ask about about a specific one, because
yes,
in that case, my ears just perk up, and I'm like, they definitely hear about one of them. they hear about.
They've heard something. Yes, of course.
This one, I'm not even gonna name it, but there's someone that probably help with hypertension, one that help with sugar. So then I want to herbal product. Are you interested in something like that? Want to be based on the medication you're on. Different, you can attack it individually then after, so it's not really
that's it, individually
100%. Yes, go take it. No. It's definitely, you're not gonna get that.
No. For them to come back and tell you that you're the one who told me to take it, absolutely not. As much as you feel tempted to, don't get it wrong, because we know sometimes what can help them, and it's hard not to go back into that mode of just do it.
Yes,
but you have to hold it back because you want to empower them.
and then it's linked back to the point that you were saying.
Mm.
Link to or refer to us.
Mm.
You
Mm-hmm.
got like a naturopathic doctor. I know my
Mm-hmm.
mother. She's a naturopathic doctor as well, so she
Mm.
does things, herbal things. So personally, I'll just be like, it's for that specific medication for what you are on. Definitely go and seek out the advice of
Mm-hmm.
or someone like that. But I personally can't tell you,
Yes.
what's in like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So is that the UN Jamaica? Anyway, let me check out our next question. All right. So from Nikki again. Oh, Nikki's busy.
Mm-hmm.
Obvious.
Love it.
But if I want to be a health coach for children, what steps can I
Mm.
take?
Same. You just, once again, there's your vision. I can see it. You want to help children. You want to, and you'll define that even more and you'll get even more specific in that space. You just need a health coaching course that you feel aligned with. So as I said, I'll send the link to, I think you have the name of the UK and International Association. That's a good place to start. Reason being, it has a list of all the schools, so it doesn't really matter per se. I say that very loosely because it's who you feel aligned with. I mentioned the schools that I've attended and I'm associated with, but it really is, you'll find the school once you're doing that research that aligns with you, and you'll get your health coaching certification, and then you'll go on to specialize. And you can do that in your own way. You can do your own research. There's nothing that says that you have to go to school to become a child health coach. I know a health coach right now, and she does that. She specializes in helping children maintain a healthy weight that are those that are overweight for their age. So it's something beautiful, and that's just your specialization. That's yours. So you'll research into that. You'll start coaching the parents potentially as well as the children. Your posts and your blogs and what you're constantly speaking about will be about that. But ultimately, you're a health coach, and that gives you the platform to do that.
Exactly, yes. And two, I remember while I was researching like through the different
Mm-hmm.
programs, some programs, I think it was like one of the programs that
Mm-hmm.
basically kind of asked you what you wanted to focus on. It was like
Mm.
in terms of like child or adult, it was like,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to focus on like say parents, like familiar, like
Mm.
you want to speak with children or like health coaching based on children, pediatrics or
Mm-hmm.
geriatrics, or you want to speak or do health coaching based with young adults or so on. So they
Mm-hmm.
put it in like terms of age.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you find a course that's specified, then that
Go for it.
go for it. That's even
Yeah, go for it.
exactly. All right, let me just scroll through the top to make sure there's no questions or anything that we missed. All right. So I seen Rhythm Nutrition saying, "Hey, Sheree."
Beautiful. Hey.
Goodness. All right.
That's my fellow health coach who I
Oh, that's the one.
trained with. I got some of my clients on here as well. It's
Yeah,
so lovely.
that's nice. Hello, clients. um,
Honestly, yeah. Is there any other questions at all? Have any of you been thinking about health coaching? Is there anything that you're wondering at all, even for your own health? That
I'm
any questions around that?
statement from Raheen. He was saying
Mm-hmm.
he can't sleep for the full 8 hours. So I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking if health coaching can probably help him with that as well.
So he may have to book a consultation with you, Mishka.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
and book a discovery call with him so he can Raheem, go and book a discovery call with Mishka, and he will help you with that. Because sleep is a big thing. Let's not get I that's a whole area that I love. I get very excited about that, and I'll go on forever. And it's actually what I'm teaching in a health club this evening to my women that I specialize with. We're talking about sleep. So yeah, go and book
Just
a call with
that.
Mishka.
that. So again, if anyone wants to check out the live, it's on the page. So yeah, and if you missed out like a big chunk of the first part of this one. Don't worry, because this one will be on the page as well. So don't worry, don't.
Lovely.
All right, so I think that might be it. I don't think we have any more questions, so I think we can call this live alive. It was a very good conversation,
Yay.
very exciting, very good discussion. Thank you so much for joining me, Sheree, and taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you have a class and so on. So thank you so much for joining me.
No, you're very welcome. Honestly, it's been a pleasure to serve you guys. And just to say, if there's any pharmacist out there that's thinking of transitioning to health coaching, just send me a message. Let's have a conversation. It's a passion of mine. Just have a conversation. Reach out to me. Send me a message, and we can arrange to have a chat around that. But anyone who's thinking of going into this space, don't hold it in. Mishka now, me. Just send us a message, a voice note, and we'll be more than happy to explain some more.
Exactly. And before you go, just one last thing. One last question. Last question I'm going to take because we're already. But the last
That's
question
okay.
is, what's the work-life balance for a health coach? So since you're a full-time health coach, I'll let you attack that one.
Yes. So I love what I do. That sums it up. I absolutely. So right now, the work life, it's yours. You can frame it how you want to frame it, because you are predominantly doing either your one-to-one coaches, which we do, group coaching, and that's what you've heard me mention it a couple of times. That's what I do on a Sunday evening at 8 o'clock UK time, and that's where I speak with a group of women, because I specialize in helping women, a group of women around the different health areas. It's just really flexible to me, and I use the time to upskill myself in what I'm interested in. So work-life balance, as I said at the beginning of the live, which I would love for all of you to catch, I was working corporate. Love corporate, gave me a lot of experience, but I did not have that work-life balance that I required, and my body said it, because I became unwell. Becoming a health coach now, not only do I have the work-life balance that I want, it's still a lot of work because it's your own business, but I do have that balance now, autonomy over my own well-being. It's just so satisfying. I just get so excited and so satisfied when I hear the transformations that are happening in their lives. And it's just, I do not even hesitate. If you're thinking about doing it, you have me and Mishka to support you along the way. I mean, Sarah Lifestyle Diary, she's a pharmacist, health coach as well. It's just a beautiful space to be. And I would encourage, if you have that little feeling inside of you telling you that it's time to make a change, and I know it can be fearful, just think about it as an add-on. Just think about how you can just add value to what you're currently doing. All right. And we're here to support you along that journey.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that as an adult, because that's exactly how I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Education, at least, it's just an add-on, and it just gives so much more insight into how you can better help. Just go take your medication. It gives you so much more insight to be like, all right, how is it that I can make sure that this person, because as pharmacists, we are that last point of contact.
We are.
If they're health coach, then we would be the last point of contact. So always is that I'm going to make sure that when this person leaves, they're not guaranteed, but most likely going to stay on the medication, going to maintain a healthy lifestyle, going to maintain for the low sugar, low blood pressure. So health coaching as an add-on just helps you in that, in that way. And it does. It adds to basically your skill set, kind of more, what's that word I'm looking for? More appealing, I guess. If you want to stay in corporate politics, it doesn't mean that, okay, you're the health coach, you have to just run your own something. You can still
you have executive. We were speaking to a lady who was thinking of becoming a health coach, and she spent years in corporate. Listen, executive health coaches, guys, that is, you're coaching the executives, the CEOs and etc. And they are in high stress environments. If you like corporate, go give back to corporate. Go and help those same managers that potentially because of their styles or what's going on in their lifestyle, they have a certain type of way of, supporting their employees. So executive health coaching, it's just whatever you choose to be. It's just whatever you make it, and go back to that vision. It's not about redoing the whole wheel. It's just thinking about what's going to excite me and what's going to give me that level of satisfaction. So that's all I'll tell you to go for.
Exactly. Great. This is a perfect way to end this. Right? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Great.
You're welcome.
Yes, if you want to know more about health coaching, like fully, you can definitely reach out to either of us. Also, if you just want like to join our health coaching program, also if you want one-on-one coaching, definitely go and check out Sheree and Michelle. What's your clientele like, so I can know exactly who?
Yes, so I'm all about the ladies. So if there's any lady on here that wants any support around her sleep, her mindset, that's her habits, you starting and stopping things, your nutrition, your hydration, your movement, I call it movement, over exercise, just you just fed up, you're just not feeling how you know you should be feeling, you don't have to just stay with it. Just reach out to me. I've been there. I've been on the same health journey. So I just help my women to love themselves to better health, visualize themselves, and actually make those sustainable changes within their lifestyle. So if that resonates with you, just reach out to me as well. I also do retreats, Mishka. I think I told you. I do health and wellness retreats. The first one being in Jamaica, obviously. The first global retreat is going to be in Jamaica. It's for women as well. And it's just a chance for you to come out of your own environment and to step into a beautiful environment where you're just going to be spoiled, private villa, private chef, all of that, and be health coached, of course. So yeah, that's what I offer the women.
And they can reach you at this profile and also the Chia Lifestyle.
The Chia Lifestyle, yes.
All right, let me see if I can type it in. Can you type in the comments? Sure.
Yes,
Yes,
I can. The Chia. Let's do that. So it's really at the Chia Lifestyle.
So at the
And
Chia.
then Sheree-Ann, Michelle.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Find her at, you can reach
Thanks,
out,
Slade.
and also the Chia Lifestyle, everyone. So yes, another round of applause. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you
You're very welcome.
as well. Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for your questions, and thank you for listening. Everyone have a wonderful Sunday. For me and Sheree, it's almost done, but I know for everybody in Jamaica,
They're
still
just getting started, man.
the rest of Sunday. And I know you have your class to teach, so I'll let you go now. Thank you guys again so much. All right, have a good Sunday.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.